Today's lesson is dealing with long division, and we use the acronym DMSCB to refer to the steps that we'll be using: divide, multiply, subtract, check, and bring down. Let's start with the first step, division. First thing we're going to do is find the first number that 3 will fit into. So we see here 3 does not fit into 2, so we then have to see if 3 fits into 24, and it does. And so we know right off the bat, before we even do any division, as soon as we find a number it fits into, we can put a dash over it and any other of the remaining digits, and it'll tell us that our answer is going to end up being a 3-digit number. That helps us as we finish our problem to take a look, and if we have a 4-digit answer, we know we've done something wrong. If we have a 2-digit answer, we know we've done something wrong. So it's a good idea to put these dashes above the first number that you find that 3 fits into. The next step is to multiply. We begin by multiplying 8 times 3, and that equals 24. The next step would be to subtract, and we would subtract, we would get 0. Another thing to point out is to make sure that we are lining our numbers up, our answer, right below where we put our 8. So our 24 lines up perfectly with that. Sometimes kids will put a 24 over the under the 6 or under the 5, and they go to do their subtraction, and that'll mess it up. So make sure you're putting your answer directly below the 8. The next step is to check. We check to make sure that this number 0 is less than 3. If it's more than 3, then we did something wrong with our division, and it means that we could have added an additional number to our division answer. In this case, it's correct. The next step is to bring down. We bring down the next available number, which is the 6. Whenever we bring down that, we start all over. We go all the way back to division and do all the steps again. So we're back to division. So now we're trying to see how many times does 3 fit into 6. We know it fits into it 2 times. We put our answer on the next dash that we put up here, and we go on to the next step, multiplication. We would multiply 2 times 3 and get 6. And again, we put our answer directly below the 2. Our next step is to subtract, and we would get 0. Our next step is to check, and again, we're making sure that this number is less than 3, and it is, so it's okay. If it's not, again, we'd have to go up and add an additional number to our division answer. We bring down the next available number, which is a 5, and I bring it straight down. And again, whenever we bring down, we start all over, so we're back to division again. Our next step is to divide. We see how many times 3 fits into 5. 3 fits into 5 one time. Our next step is to multiply. 1 times 3 is 3, and again we bring our answer straight down below the 1. Our next step is to subtract. 5 minus 3 is 2. Again, we are checking to make sure that this answer 2 is less than this 3, and it is, so we're okay. Our next step is to bring down. We have no number to bring down, so we're done doing the division problem. We just need to figure out what our remainder is. Some teachers just do remainder 2, but in 5th grade we typically ask them to turn that into a fraction. So we bring this number up and it becomes our numerator. And then this number 3 becomes our denominator. So our final answer is 821 2/3. That's all for today.